I will admit this video probably should have come out maybe Saturday or Sunday when the game happened and after it finished up. But this is my thoughts and my reactions after the Seminoles versus Hurricanes matchup. Miami went in, had all the makings of a trap game, and they end up leaving there undefeated, giving FSU their second loss of the season. Miami moves up there with Virginia as like top of the ACC when we look at ACC standings. Florida State drops down a little bit, and now after this big win, it's now actually Miami who's jumped up to that 2 spot and dropped Oregon down. My thoughts and my reactions to kind of this win is a lot of people were wondering, okay, when is Miami going to slip up? And if you look at their schedule, it's hard to say when the next big games might be because we have the Florida game that came and went. We have the Notre Dame game that started the season, and then we have the FSU game. Like if Miami just coasts here, they're gonna get into the playoff, at least the ACC championship, bare minimum. There will probably be a trap game later down the line. Like you look at that Pitt game, you look at the NC State, you look at the Wake Forest games, those ones in November. I wouldn't write them off just yet, because those do have the makings of upset. When you have the number 2 team in the country, you got nothing to nothing to lose. It has all the makings of an upset, kind of like how it was for Miami last season, where they had nothing to lose, and there were a couple, games down the home stretch there where they dropped, and it ended up being Clemson and SMU going into the ACC championship game. But after this game and just the sheer dominance of how Miami played for the first 3.5 quarters, this team's scary, and I think this team's really poised to make a run, and they could be the ones hoisting up the trophy once it's all said and done. I think with the defensive front and how suffocating they were for Castellanos and the Seminoles all night, you look at that. You look at just the weapons that Carson Beck has around him, and how there were a few handful of games last year for Georgia where you'd watch him and you kind of be like, ugh, he's figured it out. I really do think just hitting the transfer portal, new change of scenery has definitely altered his focus, and I think it's either between him or Ty Simpson, and I know I'm jumping on the bandwagon there, and this is also to include Mateer as well, but I think the Heisman's probably going to go to a quarterback this year. And from the quarterback play that we have seen so far, why can't we include Carson Beck in those conversations? We included Cam Ward, we included Dylan Gabriel last year, and those were 2 of the most successful quarterbacks last season. So I think he could be in talks for the Heisman. But I think with just the reaction of how this game went, Miami's a juggernaut. And I think some things they will probably need to clean up on, though, is finishing games. Because at one point it was 28-3, and FSU stormed all the way back, pending a good onside kick. I mean, hey, we're looking at, we're tied going into overtime. So there's one little blemish, but it's kind of like how the blemish was for Alabama can't score in the second half versus Georgia. But we see what they did to Vandy. So, you take it week by week. But that's just my thoughts on that. I think Miami is dominating right now. And they are the team to beat, just like how, Ohio State is and Oregon. I think those are the 3. There's a reason why they're ranked in the top 3 right now. Because obviously, how it looks now, those are the teams to beat in the Big Ten. And Miami is the team to beat in the ACC. That's my thoughts on that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video.